Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm recording this video to let you guys know why you're not being able to make as much sales as you want. Basically, doesn't matter what type of niche you're in, if you're an affiliate marketer, if you are a business owner, if you have like a small business, a local business, it doesn't matter what industry you're on. This applies to every single business, to every single person, and I can almost like guarantee you that this is going to be the reason why you're not being able to generate as much sales as you would like to, as you wish to. So, and you know, the reason why I understood that and that kind of struck me, it was because in 2011 I had a blog, a relationship blog, that I was able to scale that blog to about 150,000 unique visitors a month, about like 450,000 unique page views a month, and I wasn't make nearly as much money as I wished to, and I had a lot of traffic. Basically, I had people coming to my website, but I didn't know what was going on, what I was doing wrong, that I wasn't getting the amount of sales that I should have. A blog like that, for example, I should be making at least five figures a month, and I was only making about like 500, 600 a month. Sometimes I would make 1,200 a month, but that was like kind of rare. So clearly I was doing something wrong. And what I was doing wrong and I didn't understand before is what I'm just about to tell you guys right here. And this simple step and this simple tip can help you go to the next level, take your business to the next level, and bring your absolute A game to play. And to keep it simple, the thing that I'm talking about here is you have to become a master in telling what? Stories, guys. Stories. That's it. That's all about stories. Oh, what does that mean? It means people buy things emotionally, and the technique, the tactic, and how you create connection with them to generate emotion is by telling stories. So it doesn't matter what we're talking about. Let's say you're a geek and you like video games, and there's this new video game coming out, and you go to Best Buy or whatever they sell it, and you buy the game, you go back home, and then you play it, and it's absolutely amazing. The game is absolutely amazing. So you go to your friend's house one day and you're hanging out, and you know that he likes games as well, and all of a sudden he doesn't have the game that you just bought, that you had like a blast playing. What do? You just tell him like the story of how you went there, you bought it, how the game is, how amazing it is. You let him know basically every single step of how that game was absolutely incredible. And that's how it happens in life, guys. Like, people, in order to buy, people need to trust you, to get like a connection, to feel like they're connecting, they're matching with you. So the way to do that is by telling stories. You could tell a story of how or why you are doing what you're doing, or tell a story of how you began. And you could tell a success story from other people. You could tell stories that may be related to the product or service that you're trying to sell. And this simple thing is like, telling a story, it's pretty simple, but of course you have to tell it in a way that it compels with your message. So the way to do this is by following a script. And for example, let me grab the book here. I bought this book, and it's a so this is a Russell Brunson's book. It's called Expert Secrets, and here on page I think it's 114. Just one sec. Let me just confirm. Yeah. Yep. So on page 114, see? This is an Epiphany Bridge script, which is basically a way, the most effective way of telling a story. So what does that do is simply teaches you how to manipulate your story. Of course, you're not going to invent anything, be ethical and tell what really happened and the insights that you got and tell a legit story. But as soon as you learn this, you're going to change your business and your life forever. This works for everything, This script right here, they're the scripts used in movies, in everything, to make the movie really catchy and really amazing to people, like that's what makes a difference. So the way this script goes is you have a backstory first. So you have a backstory. What is that? A backstory would be, like what happened to you that keeps people like vested in your journey. That keeps things interesting. Like that's basically you telling them what happened to you in a way that keeps things interested, that keep them interested in what you have to say, to offer, right? That's the first step. Then usually, so this I'm gonna have you right here, right? So here you have your backstory, and after you have that backstory, you usually what happened is you hit a wall. So here's the wall. So that's what you have to do. You have to come up with your backstory that backs the product or service that you have that you're trying to sell. And then you're gonna tell your backstory. You're gonna tell like the desires. What do I mean by desires? So this backstory has to create some sort of has to have like a motive. Like you had to have like a desire that you want to accomplish. Like by desires, you have two desires, which are the external ones, and the internal ones. So the external are things that you are seeking to accomplish that are like from the outside, as for example would be something like a struggle that you're dealing with, or some sort of like problem that you're trying to overcome. And the internal ones is things that you're dealing internal, like you're depressed, you're demotivated, you're this is a wall, let me put wall. So you're demotivated, you're feeling powerless, and things like that. They're almost like feelings that you experience on your day-to-day routine, right? So after you get your backstory in place, you hit the wall usually. So what does that mean? It means, let's say my backstory is, I decided to start with affiliate marketing, right? And I bought this course in 2011, and it taught me how to create a blog and to create content and how to rank my blog posts so I could get traffic. and I felt back then my external goals were I wanted to get freedom, I wanted to make money, to have more time for my loved ones and for my daughter, for example, and not to have to work in a 9 to 5 job. And the way I felt, because I wasn't able to do that, I hit a wall, which was the amount of sales that I was generating, that I was able to generate, didn't help me in getting what I desired here. So I felt my internal desires were, I felt depressed, I felt powerless, I couldn't keep going. I start dabbling myself. So that's an example. So after hitting a wall, usually you have an epiphany. So here's you, see, and then you have this epiphany. Like, it's almost like a light bulb appears out of nowhere. I know, I should have been an artist, right? That's, believe it or not, that's a light bulb right there. So let me write here epiphany. Sorry guys. Epiphany. So what would that be? This epiphany would be something that created a change on the journey that you were on your story here. So I hit the wall. I wasn't generating any sales, and then I decided to quit for a while, for like years. And then I stumbled upon a new course called the OFA Challenge, for example. This is what happened to me, and this was my epiphany. That new course changed the course of my whole story. That was the epiphany that I had. And why was that? Because that course taught me in a whole different way of like marketing and what sales was about, and sales funnels, and what I was doing wrong. So that's when I had this big epiphany. I discovered that I had a new opportunity, that I could be trying to do affiliate marketing again, using it. So that was my epiphany. It's something that happened to you that changes completely your backstory, right? And after that, you have the plan. You come up with a plan. Plan. So what is that? It's very simple. So coming back here, you have your story, right? Your backstory, and then you hit the wall. When you hit the wall, you're gonna tell them about like the external things that you wanted to accomplish and how you felt internally, and then you're gonna tell like this story in a compelling manner. Then you're gonna get you're gonna have your epiphany, that in your case could be anything. It's based on your own story. In my case, was discovering like the OFA challenge, which is the one funnel away challenge that Russell Brunson has. And then after that, you come up with a plan. For example, in my case, after I went through his course, I came up with the plan, which was apply the course using what I learned here to create my own affiliate marketing business. So my plan was use this course to create an affiliate marketing business. Can you get that? Did you guys get that? So in your market, it might be something different, but the script is the same, guys. Keep in mind that works for every single industry. Don't think you're different. You're not different. Steve Larsen focused a lot on that on the OFA challenge. You are not unique. This works for every single market. How? Follow the script and you're gonna get your story in place. And how you sell things is by telling stories. Stories are the way to connect to people, to create emotion. And sales are not logical, guys. They are made emotionally. People buy emotionally because the way they're gonna feel, because because what is going to bring to them, not because they think it's the right thing. They use logic to justify what they just purchased. How many times have you seen somebody, or you yourself, bought something right there and then like 30 minutes later you're like, oh shit, I should not have bought that. Let me return this. You know what I mean? So we buy emotionally and justify it logically, okay? Don't think that people buy logically, because that's not true. So after you come up with your plan, right? There's a conflict. Always there's a conflict. What is that? It means after I came up with my plan of like developing my affiliate marketing business using the UFA challenge that I discovered, that I bought from Russell Brunson, and that I completed, I struggled with a couple conflicts. For example, how do I create a funnel, affiliate marketing funnel? How do I create an offer for affiliate marketing business? How, and things like that, you know? I had that conflict. So basically every single thing that you have to do, for example, is come up with your story, your desires, the what you want to achieve externally, and how that made you feel internally. Then you're gonna hit the wall. Then you're gonna have the epiphany. Then you're gonna have and come up with a plan, and then you're gonna have some conflicts, which are like things that are gonna come along the way. So after you have the plan, and when you're trying to put the plan to work, you're gonna have some conflicts. A conflict is different than a wall, because the wall, it's how you stumbled upon your epiphany, and the conflict is how you used the epiphany, applied the plan, and now are things that you're gonna have to overcome. It's almost like a challenge, you know? So a conflict are like things that you're gonna have to overcome in order to get to the next level of this script, which is the achievement. It's the achievement and the transformation. Right? So what's the difference between achievement and transformation? The most important thing of a story is the transformation. Why is that? Because every single sale is made with a single objective of taking somebody from point A, right here, to point B. So people buy because they want a transformation. They buy because they see what your product or service can bring to them in order from transforming them from one thing to another thing. They go from point A to B, right? So they're fat, they want to lose weight. They're unhealthy, they want to become healthy. They are not good at talking in public. They want to become somebody that can do that. They're not motivated. They want to be a high energy individual. So that's the most important thing. But coming back from here to here, when you stumble upon your conflicts and you overcome them, you achieve something. So I had to learn a couple of things, right? Like how to create a funnel, how to put every single piece of the puzzle together. And after I did that, what did I achieve? I achieved my financial freedom. I started to make money. I started to make more sales. I started to make, 6 figures a month from my online business. Those were my achievements, right? And I also got a transformation. What kind of transformation? I became somebody that didn't believe that something like that was possible to a believer. I became somebody that didn't know anything about sales, for example. I didn't know how to sell, to someone that knows and mastered sales messages and how to create a compelling sales message, right? So the transformation that created on me was, it transformed me in a totally believer. It made me become like a better person, in terms of like, I stopped telling myself stories that I used to tell myself all the time. For example, I wasn't good enough for that. I can't do that. I'm not capable of doing that. I'm not good enough. I'm a dabbler. I used to quit on the middle of the way. I have like gold shiny objects, gold shiny object syndrome. Uh, and things like that, so it transformed me from being a person that used to think all those things to being somebody that's an action taker, that is focused on only on results. And I think that's the most important thing. So just to sum that up, guys, first thing, learn how to tell stories. Use this script right here, and you're in very good shape. So if to get like more clear on that, I highly recommend you buy this book right here. Actually, you should buy, like, I think both. He has this book right here, which is called .com Secrets, and this other one right here, Expert Secrets. I think if you get both of these books, you guys are like ahead of 99% of the people that are trying to sell things and they're failing. The reality is, people, the vast majority of people, they don't know what it takes to sell. They just think that, oh yeah, I have this product and the product's gonna sell itself, and we all know it's not true. So highly recommended the book. I bought the black box, which is this right here. Oh, yep, see, black box, and it's absolutely amazing. I highly recommend it. If you guys want it, you should go for it. And here's my piece of advice. Please, if you like the video, subscribe to the channel. I don't have many videos yet, but my obsession is to create valuable content for you guys. Like, that's my obsession. I want to create results for you. And please let me know in the comments down below what do you want next, what kind of video do you want next, what do you want to learn, what should I create a video based on. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.